Welcome to Club Soda's Mindful Drinking Festival. We're online, global, and as always, absolutely free. Hi, I'm Drew, and I'm one of the co-founders of Club Soda.
And I'm Laura, the other co-founder of Club Soda. We help you change your drinking in ways that help you live well. So whether you're looking to cut down, stop for a bit, or quit, you can find what you need from podcasts and books and courses on joinclubsoda.com. This festival, we've brought you an amazing lineup from over 100 people from across the world.
And our programme this time really is global.
Every day starts down under with me, Sarah. As well as organising the festival in Australia, I spend my time looking for alcohol-free alternatives and tips for people who choose not to drink, but who still want to live a social, fun and adventurous life.
And I'll be wrapping up each day here in the States. I'm Amanda, your US festival host and coordinator, and I'm also a mindset coach who helps women change their relationship with alcohol so that they can start living their most authentic life.
Each day with a rolling programme of inspirational panels, conversations, social events, and opportunities to discover new low and low alcohol drinks.
So whether you want inspiration to change your drinking,
Or to connect with other people,
or you want to discover and enjoy a new low and no alcohol drink,
The Mindful Drinking Festival is for you.
cheers!
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 cheers.
Well, welcome. Gareth, you're still in the stream. Welcome to the best of Australian spirits this morning. You will notice that I'm not Sarah, and that's because Sarah's having some technical difficulties at the moment. So I'm going to start presenting this session. I really hope that Sarah is going to come in shortly, as she is now, and we'll be able to hear from her. And together we're going to try and present this with some of the technical problems that we have. So Sarah, are you able to hear me?
I can hear you, Laura. Can you hear me?
I can. So we've got three wonderful spirits here with us at the moment.
Yes.
I wondered if we can start going through them, and then we can come to the Lyres at the end. And so where were you going to start?
Well, I do apologise firstly for being a bit AWOL, but I'm here in spirit, no pun intended. I just wanted to go and briefly ask each of you there just to introduce yourselves, just your name, what your role is in the company, and also where you are in the world right now.
Wonderful. Shall I start, Sarah?
Thanks, Sammy.
Hi, so I'm Samantha, or Sammy. I'm the founder of Monday Distillery. Normally, I would be in Port Fairy, Victoria, at the end of the beautiful Great Ocean Road. However, I've been a bit of a Mexican and escaped borders, and I'm in sunny Queensland at the minute. So that's where I'm based.
And Sammy, you are the producer and the brains behind Monday Distillery.
Yes. Yep. Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
And David, I can see you down there. I think you're all the way in Wales. How are you going?
Yeah. Hello, how are you? Yes. Hello, my name is David, and I'm the Master Distiller of Genesque. I'd like to welcome you to Old Coach House Distillery, which is the world's first alcohol-free distillery located in the beautiful Wye Valley town of Monmouth in the deepest Wales.
Beautiful. And over on my left, we've got Carolyn and Alistair. Hi, how are you?
Really good, thanks, Sarah.
Thank you for joining us. It looks like you've got a beautiful array of products and fresh produce and all sorts going on there.
We do, Sarah. So Seadrift Distillery is based on the northern beaches of Sydney. So we're really blessed to be right on the beach. And today we're actually in our kitchen, but we've spent the day down taking the kids for a surf and enjoying all the wonderful things that area has to offer.
Beautiful. Yeah, we've had incredible weather up here in Brisbane as well. It's been absolutely amazing. Now, I just want to check everyone can still hear me. Yes, fabulous. So we'll start with Sammy, and Sammy calls her company a new age beverage company, and she's on a bit of a mission to revolutionise the way people look at having a night out with friends. And I've tried quite a few of her Monday Distillery products. I'm a big fan. I've got them here, so I will be testing them and trying them as well with you, but you just can't see me do it. But Sammy, I'd love to hear more about Monday Distillery, the ideas behind it, your ethos, and most importantly, to hear about the products.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Sarah. So yeah, as Sarah mentioned, Monday Distillery is me. Although my journey didn't start well, it did 18 months ago with this brand, but I have got another drink brand in the market called Sun Sparkling. And that's probably without any intention what led to Monday Distillery. So I'll mention that brand briefly because it flows through into Monday. Sun is a steam distilled botanical water range, all lightly sparkled spring water, focusing on floral botanicals that feature with every beverage. An example of that is I have a beautiful sparkling rose water. That brand's probably 3 years old and really had its success through Instagram. So without any intention, people started buying my Sun Sparkling range through Instagram, getting it delivered to their home and trying it. And I had a whole community of people buying that who were interested in non-alc. And so it really meant that I started to focus on creating a new brand. Sun is very feminine, so I've kind of got a real gender neutral brand here. And so Monday does focus on creating the spirit of your favorite mixer and spirit in a ready to drink convenient form. And I'll go through the products. I've got them here to show you. So this is my first one. So this is the classic G&T. So I should mention that everything I do is completely sugar-free. I'm a gin and tonic drinker myself and probably hadn't realised with the mixes that I was mixing back with things how much sugar was in them. So this here is beautiful steam distilled juniper with rosemary, sea salt, and my own version of a sugar-free tonic. It's probably more of a sonic, to be honest, half soda, half tonic water, and a small amount of stevia. So the base of that recipe is the tonic, then the juniper, and then the top notes of the rosemary and sea salt. The next one, Sarah, have you tried all three of them?
Oh, hang on. I've tried the G&T Classic and the Spice, but I haven't tried the Dark and Stormy yet. So that's in my fridge. And well, actually, no, it's here, but I wasn't sure if you were going to go through that one. But I just wanted to ask. Oh, you do? Great. I just wanted to ask, Sammy, the sugar, the sweetness, I mean, the products aren't that sweet, but it's stevia that you're using for the sweet.
It is stevia. I bench sampled so many sweeteners, from honeys to nectars, and I did settle on stevia, mostly because if people are diabetic, it really is something that's still quite trusted as far as an artificial sweetener goes.
Yeah.
But I just have a real balance there. I spend a lot of time working on the mixer base with all of my products, because I know for me, if I drink sugar-free products, they tend to just keep building and building and building and feel really, they don't feel pleasant as a mouthfeel. So that's what I settled on, stevia and not a lot of it, and so far so good.
I think that's why I really like it, because it is quite bitter, and I much prefer bitter to sweet, and it also doesn't have that kind of end taste, you know, that nasty end taste that some sweeteners can give you. So yeah, it's a really, really good alternative. I love it.
Yeah, and it takes quite a while in sampling stage to really get that balance right. Even when you scale up and you start to make bigger quantities, you've really got to reinvest and look at how the sweetener interacts with all the other ingredients in the product. So the next one, which you mentioned you'd had, Sarah, is the beautiful spiced G&T.
Yes.
And it's actually the exact same tonic recipe that features in the classic, except it's got notes of cardamom, star anise, nutmeg, cinnamon. This is my favorite in the gin, the two gin products. The classic tends to sell first, and then people, try this one and go, oh, I actually really like the spice. So they were my first two. And then, as you mentioned, I've got the dark and stormy here.
So how long has this one been out for?
2.5 weeks. So we did our first release through Instagram and sold out in 48 hours. And then we just made some more last week, and I think there's probably around like 20 cases left online. So we are a predominant B2C business, so selling through 80% of the business is sold through social media, and then more mainstream channels through distribution and things like that. And this range in Australia has just been picked up for Dan Murphy's in Victoria, and hope, national ranging later in the year. So the dark and stormy is my take on a dark and stormy. So really fiery ginger, really punchy, and then a beautiful spiced rum. So it's emulsified sweeteners to get to the molassesy taste that you would expect from a rum. And then it has got spices in it, similar to what's in the spiced G&T, actually. This was a much more complex recipe for me to develop. If I'm honest, I was really nervous about bringing out the dark and stormy, just because the juniper, straight as you drink it, you're like, G&T, whereas this, I kind of had to really play around with a lot of other plant-based extracts to really create my own version of a dark and stormy. So I hope you like it, Sarah. It's really interesting.
I'm excited to try it. Now, Sammy, just before you go, I'm just interested, what's in the future?
Yes, so my tagline for the brand is high spirits, clear minds, and obviously delving more into featuring other spirits. So I've got my gin without the tears, rum without the rumble, I think we went with. And I'm working on a tequila RTD at the minute, my take on a Paloma. So that's actually, like, I've never mentioned that before, so you guys are the first to hear that. And it's coming out in a few months. So it's tequila, grapefruit, yuzu, finger lime, and a bit of passion fruit. So it's all getting procured at the moment, and we'll be out soon.
Great. We love an exclusive. Thank you so much, Sammy. Really appreciate you coming on. And I'm going to hand over now to Carolyn and Alistair over at the Seadrift Distillery. Hi, guys.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Yeah, really good. And yourself,
I'm very good, thank you. I'm surrounded by all your products here, so I'm excited to try these. I've actually not tried it yet. I've been saving myself for this session. So because I wanted to drink it in the way that you explain people should drink it. So I'm with the audience here, and so I'd love to hear about it, and you can tell me the best way for me to try this at home.
Absolutely, no problem at all, Sarah. So yeah, in terms of Seadrift Distillery, we started a couple of years ago. So about 3 years ago, we set off on the path to create this drink, and it took us over 2 years to really get something that we were happy with to bring to market. And we're definitely a small batch distillery. So the process that we use is it's like a traditional copper pot still that's used traditionally in developing whiskies, and it creates an incredibly intense flavour without any sugars or artificial additives at all. So the great benefit of that is that the product's very low in sugar. In fact, it's next to negligible. It's low in calories, and it's vegan, of course.
And the name Seadrift, is that because it's got, I'm fascinated, it says fresh herbs and seaweeds. Tell me about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the drink's got, the inspiration behind the drink is we're very, very lucky. You can tell from my accent, I'm not Australian, but I'm lucky enough now to live in Australia. And we live on the northern beaches in Sydney, and we've travelled quite extensively. And I just think it's one of the most beautiful places in the world. It's so gorgeous. And we're lucky enough to be able to pop down there. Yeah, it's so nice. And today's been beautiful. So I can pop down to the beach and have a swim, stroll, and grab some seaweed, some kelp, which is marvellous. It just washes up on the shore. So you can forage it. And this is golden kelp that's in here. It's beautiful to eat. It makes a fantastic salad. I know that everybody, it's very polarizing and we don't want to eat seaweed, but we love it. And so it's got seaweed in there. It gives it a really good body. And we're working on other things and other seaweed varieties. And I've started a swathe of investigation into what's actually in the ocean as opposed to the garden. So hopefully combining the ocean, which I think is a fantastic garden, and the land, we've come up with something quite unique. And that's where the Seadrift, and it's literally trying to capture the magic and the spirit of the ocean. It mesmerizes me. I don't know what you like, but I can sit there. It relaxes me. It refreshes me. It just does all the things. And I thought if we can just put that into a bottle, capture those fresh tastes, not seawater. And that's exactly what I think we've done. It's taken a while, 3 years, but here it is. And it's Caroline's name, Seadrift.
Yeah. I'm just smelling it now, and you can really smell that sort of seaweed scent coming through. But is there a coriander? Is there coriander maybe? Or
yeah, you'll get a real top note of coriander. Now, stop the press. Coriander apparently is very polarizing. I absolutely love coriander. I can't think of a world without coriander. If certain foods didn't have coriander on them, I would send them back. And for people to, which they do, write to us and say it's horrendous. Now, it is actually that polarizing. There is people that just cannot eat it. But that coriander, for me, it just smells so fresh. And if you're smelling it now, Sarah, that's the first thing you'll be getting. You get a really big hit of that freshness. And then you get all the lemon, the lime leaves, lemongrass, all the citrines come right through in the body. And then at the end, it's got the little heat there that just gives you that little kick to make it a real adult drink. And as Caroline was saying, sorry, shall we make one?
Well, I was about to say I'm excited to try. So tell me what to do. I've got all the tonics that Caroline told me to get in front of me. So I'm ready to go. Let's do it.
We're going to go with the ice first.
We'll start with the classics.
No, we've lost them at the final moment.
How strange. It's not the morning today, is it, Sarah? Oh,
it hasn't been
it's not the morning here, the evening for you. We'll see if we can get them back. Here we are. Here they're coming. I think Gareth's going to put them in. There we go.
Oh, look, you lost us.
That was bad timing, wasn't it?
You just turned us off. It was that bad. It was like
no, it wasn't. It wasn't. It's whatever's
I've got more of a face for radio. I thought, look, get them off. So anyway.
Okay. So back to making it. So ice.
Now I'm going to free pour.
Yeah, 50 mils of Seadrift.
Because we own the distillery, so we can drink lots of it.
Yes.
So there we go. And then controversially, I like Schweppes tonic, and it's a 0 sugar. Now, I think it's got better bubble retention. So when I try other tonics, some of the more famous tonics of the moment, I think they go flat quicker. So then you want to add maybe 150 to 200 mils of tonic, Now the garnish is up to yourselves. Seaweed.
I haven't got any seaweed handy.
I knew you wouldn't have any seaweed. So if you haven't got any seaweed, lemon is beautiful in there.
I've got
Lemon's
lemon.
good. Lemon or lime.
Lemon or lime. And if you're in England, you can add samphire, which is absolutely lovely with it as well. But
What are you doing there right now?
So I'm just making Carolyn one with lemon in now.
Oh, I
so
see. Got you.
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty simple. The other sort of mixes we like is, I like the Fever Tree elderflower mixer, this one. I think that sort of brings up, particularly if, I'm sort of craving a bit of sugar, because there's absolutely no sugar in this. So that one is sort of helps with that as well. And then our favourite customer, our most loyal customer, she actually loves it with ginger beer, interestingly enough. Which I thought would have dried the flavour, but it doesn't at all. Actually, it brings out, and the drink's very much designed that the carbonation brings out the flavour profile within the spirit. So it's really not designed to be drunk as a straight spirit. It's very much a mixed spirit.
Look, if I was taking that straight, it goes really nice with seafood, and it goes really well with all Asian cuisine. So if you've got Asian prawns, if you're doing sashimi tuna, even with oysters, if you just pour it onto the oysters, finely chop some coriander, a little bit of chili, that tastes amazing. It is literally like being punched by a wave. It's that nice. It's a proper sea taste, so that's nice. Now,
well,
how are you
Alistair,
tasting that now, Sarah?
let me be honest with you. I'll be honest with you guys. I thought I was going to hate this drink because I just thought that the whole seaweed thing, I was like, I'm really worried about trying it. It's absolutely delicious. With the tonic, it's just such an amazing blend of flavors. Like I really wasn't sure how this was going to go down, but yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, the seaweed can be polarizing, but
Wow.
the seaweed just gives you that complete mouthfeel that with spirits, spirits are so good at providing that, and we really wanted to make sure that it felt like it was full mouth and it was actually, really hitting all your taste buds.
I haven't tasted anything like that before. Put it that way.
No, it's quite unique. It's not a gin. We're not anything like any other spirit. We're trying to create our own taste profile. And,
well, I think you've done an amazing job at doing that.
Thank you.
And we were very glad to actually get a silver medal at the London Spirits Award last week.
Congratulations.
First time we've ever entered an award, so we were absolutely over the moon.
Well done.
I must say, next time, I think if we was to do another one, we might pick on things like vanilla and puppies and small chocolatey things, which everybody likes. Where if you pick on coriander and seaweed, it is. But we've heard off a lot of people, though, that people want to acquire a taste for something, because if they wanted to stop drinking or have a step back for a bit or a day, then they want to have it as their drink and they've acquired that taste, rather than there's so many other tastes that you could drink as opposed to a non-alcoholic spirit. And I think if you want to drink something that's a bit sweeter or sugary or that mimics something, there's a lot on offer and a lot of nice things out there. We've tried to get something that echoes the sea and a bit different, a little bit more.
Yeah. Well, I think you've definitely achieved that. Thank you so much. I'm really lovely to see you both. I'm sorry you can't see me, but I'm there as best I can be. So I'm going to move on now to David, who I think is currently muted. Can I unmute David there?
Currently muted.
Have I got you, David? David?
Oh, yes.
I can hear you. Hello.
Yes.
How are you doing over there in
me?
Wales? Fantastic. I'm really well, thank you. Everyone that's watching, this is David from Gin-esque, or the Old Coach House Distillery. I don't think it's any secret that this is one of my absolute favourite alcohol-free spirits. And I'd say that having tried many, many different kinds. Have I got feedback there, Laura?
I'd say that having tried many different kinds.
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm hearing.
You hear me now?
Okay, hang on a minute. There's some feedback happening. Sarah, I'm just going to mute you and I'm going to ask Coach House Distillery some questions. Maybe you could put some questions in the private chat that I can ask him, because there's a big lot of feedback. Okay. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to unmute Sarah and ask Sarah to ask a question, and then I'm going to unmute Old Coach House Distillery to answer it, because I think there's some feedback coming from Old Coach House Distillery, so that you can all hear properly. We're going to have to not do a chat forward and back, but Sarah, I'm going to unmute you now so you can ask a question.
Hello.
There you go.
You got me?
Yeah.
Great. Hi, David. Lovely to see you. Thanks for joining us. I'm not sure what came across, but I was just wondering if you could tell us a little bit about Jeunesse, and more importantly actually about where you fit in, because you've got the most fascinating background. So if you'd love to, I'd love you to tell us a bit about that.
I'd love you to tell us a bit about that.
Hi, my name is David. I'm the master distiller of Jeunesse, which are non-alcoholic distilled botanical drinks. And I'd like to welcome you to Old Coach House Distillery, which is the world's first alcohol-free distillery located in Wales. Now, I am a plant biochemist. I've got 20 plus years experience of distilling medicinal and aromatic herbs. And throughout the course of my career, many of the herbs I've extracted and worked with are also present in traditional gin. And ingredients such as juniper, the juniper berry, which is the backbone ingredient of gin, and it's got this very distinctive piney citrusy note. And another common one here is coriander seed, which is a nice, somewhat citrusy note, and it's also commonly found in gin. And these ingredients, I mean, have, because I've been extracting these herbs and botanicals for the medicinal properties, a lot of these ingredients which are present in traditional gin also have medicinal properties. And gin is an evolution of a process dating back millennia, when botanicals were extracted using alcohol and to treat a wide variety of different conditions, primarily stomach complaints like digestion. And many of the ingredients and botanicals present in gin actually are carminatives. They actually aid digestion by reducing bloating and easing griping in the tummy. So I mean that's one of the great inspirations behind developing these products, my love for botanicals and their medicinal properties, but also they add great flavor to gin. And what we've done is we've taken inspiration from different regions of the world, with herbs and spices located in these different regions, about these two products. And the two products I've got here are Celtic Mist and Silk Roots. Celtic Mist is, I'm a Celt, I'm from Dublin, and Celtic Mist is inspired by herbs and botanicals typically found in the Celtic regions. Whereas Silk Roots is, my wife is Indian, is from India, and it was a natural progression that we would be inspired by the herbs and spices which were traded along the Silk Road, the ancient trading route, which stretched from China to through Europe. So, in which India played a central part. So there's herbs and spices in here like cardamom and clove, as well as juniper and some citrus peels. So this is quite a spicy taken gin, a more bold taken gin. All our products are completely alcohol free. We extract them by using a bespoke maceration technique followed by traditional copper pot distillation, where we have developed a process where we do not have to use alcohol at any stage of the process to extract the same flavor intensity from the herbs. So none of our products contain any sugar, colors, sweeteners, or added flavors. And when you taste it, you are tasting the true essence of the botanicals. What I would like to do now is I would like to make up some signature serves of these products, starting with the Celtic Mist. So we're going to make a simple gin and tonic. Guinness and tonic.
They're both very different flavors, which is what I love about these two products. Hello.
We can hear you, Sarah.
Oh, okay. I'm back on. Sorry, I've got a lag. No, I was just saying that the two products are so different. Can you also tell us, David, what you would have with each different flavor, like what you would match them with if you would match them with anything?
Match them with anything?
Oh, that's terrible.
Sorry. Hello?
She asked it. What flavor? What would you? What foods and flavors would you match them with if you could match them with anything?
Match with anything.
Well, the Celtic mist is very herbal in base, and it's got juniper, coriander, rosemary. So I mean, I would typically match this with green herbs, like let's say rosemary, thyme, garden herbs. Mint is another good one as well to use with it. It can be used in, you can marinate seafood in it and then just cook it like, and the flavors come through of this pine citrusy note, which is very characteristic of it. Whereas with the silk roots, it's more spicy. I mean, so you're looking at things like cinnamon and cardamom and clove, and again, it works very well with orange-based drinks and cocktails, like because it's quite punchy, it can be used as a cocktail base very well, and it's things like hibiscus juice, raspberry juice as well, can be used in cocktails, topped up with tonics. It comes through, gives a nice clovey sort of cardamom aroma, very aromatic.
Yeah, the silk roots is actually, I don't have a favorite. I like them both the same. I just use them on different occasions, and I find the Celtic mist is more of a refreshing type drink, and then when I want that kind of wind down in the evening, I go for the silk roots. But they don't last me very long, these bottles, so you're gonna have to send me a few more over, David. We've run out.
David, we've run out.
Okay. Don't worry, there'll be some more on the way soon.
Well, thank you so much for that, David. It's so lovely to see you. And again, like I say, big fan of all of these products. And I'm really still enjoying my Seadrift over here at the moment. So cheers to you guys. I can really taste that coriander. I think now we're going to talk about Lyres. Is that right, Laura?
Yeah, well, what I might do is just briefly, some people are asking some questions about where they can get product in the UK. If I just start with David, because of course you are made in the UK. Whereabouts can you be bought, David?
Okay. Whereabouts can you be bought, David?
It's available online through Amazon, as well as you can purchase it directly from the Alcohol Free Co website.
Cool, excellent. And when is Seadrift and Monday coming this way? What plans have you got, Samantha? Let me just unmute you, Samantha. There you are.
Currently, I'm looking for distribution in the UK. So we are working on packaging solutions so that we can get the product there safely. So it's my Aussie audience at the minute, but
I think we've just done the No and No Taste Awards here for the first time in the UK, and you know the ready to drink market is a really interesting one. I said there's still a long way to go in that, whereas the spirits and the for mixing are a lot better developed. So I'm really excited to see what it is that you can add into that. It's elevating it from, you know, a slightly less sweet soft drink to something that feels like that an adult experience is actually quite a tough one. So I really admire you taking that challenge on.
Yeah, thanks. I think you're still, for a grab and go option, if you're going for a social occasion, it's a lot to rock up with your mixer and your spirit and your ice and everything like that to, you know, share your favorite drink with someone. So I'm very passionate in the ready to drink space. And it just takes time to really develop the complexity of your recipe. I think there's a lot of drinks on the market that, you know, still have a soft drink profile, even though they are trying to be more sophisticated. You've just got to take time, get all your balance right. And I think when you are looking at plant-based, you know, botanicals and herbs and things like that, there is so much there. So it's achievable. And actually, I think it's a little guy that's going to have success in this space. I think they're bigger FMCG companies from a ready-to-drink point of view spend a lot of time in research and development. I think you can
it's definitely the little guys that pioneered
sure.
and moved this space to where it is. So I am absolutely always in awe of anybody who wants to make a drink, because I know how heavy bottles are to carry around, because I do it quite a lot now. It's just amazing, and everybody needs to give you lots of love and support and become your fans. What about you, Seadrift? Where are your plans going forward?
So we've only been on the market since February, so we're still sort of early days, and we've taken a very cautious approach to, you know, how we go to market and managing the quality of the product. Having said that, we are opening discussions with people in the UK, but also in Asia, where we think there's a real market for this sort of thing as well. So if you are interested in the UK, you know, please sign up to our website, and when we have more news, we'll let people know.
Cool. And as Sarah said, one of the other spirit brands you can get in Australia is Lyre's. I've got quite a few bottles here. Lyre's have got the full range of alcohol-free spirits. I'm just going to unmute Sarah so she can join in and share some of that with me as well.
Hello.
So I mean, these are really interesting because they're trying to, I mean, I guess in this space, that people begin to talk about mimics and analogues, things that are mimicking a drink that we know, and things that are new and are different and are now beginning to change the way that we drink. And Lyre's are certainly in the, you know, this is an alcohol-free gin, this is an alcohol-free coffee liqueur, this is an alcohol-free rum. Therefore, you can make all your favourite spirits or all your favourite cocktails just by replacing one of our drinks with the others. And I think that's also quite exciting. What do you think, Sarah?
I totally agree, because I think where Lyre's are coming from is, I mean, they've created a range of products that anyone would be happy to have in their drinks cabinet, whether they drink or not. And I think that's a really interesting space, because what we're seeing in Australia, and I think everywhere around the world, people are starting to question how much they're drinking, but they're not wanting to stop altogether. And I guess that's what this is all about, you know, moderation and providing these alternatives. For me, it was a lifesaver, and with Lyre's as well. The bottles, they're just beautiful. I've got them on my drinks trolley. When you pour them out, you feel like you're having something special, and the range is extraordinary. I haven't got through the whole range, but I did a test with a friend of mine the other day with the Italian spritz, which was the one I was going to make today.
Oh, this is the one that I have here, look.
Yeah, so basically you're putting in the Italian spritz, a bit of soda water and a nice champagne, and it's an Aperol spritz, and my friend could not tell the difference. So you're right in that regard, Laura. It's just it can replace the alcohol, but you're still getting that same experience of having a really tasty drink. That's what you used to love perhaps when you were drinking before.
And I think what's really interesting for everybody is this is a new space. It might seem like there's lots of these drinks around, but actually it's nowhere near the number of gins and other drinks that are available on the market that are alcoholic. And each brand that comes on the market is helping push the other brands forward and create more market demand for this. So I find it's an incredibly collaborative space here in the UK, and I hope that's happening in Australia as well, where people are supported, the brands are supporting each other and learning from each other to help create space for everybody.
100%. Like, Lyre's are really driving the category growth over here, and I've been speaking to a lot of smaller brands, and everyone's behind Lyre's, because at the end of the day, you know, they're creating a demand. and not everybody's going to be just buying Lyres. So it does create a massive opening for lots of the smaller companies, and the innovation is extraordinary. What's happening over here? We're a little bit behind you guys, but we're catching up, as you can see, with the Seadrift people today, and Sammy from Monday Distillery, and I can just see more and more. I guess variety, you know, when you're looking to make changes in life, variety is really important, and that's what people are providing for us. So it's a really interesting and exciting space to be in.
And we do a lot of work with the on trade here, trying to promote Low and No. You would have seen some of the trade events during the week. We want to be able to share what we're learning here with you guys in Australia. And so I know you've had some technical difficulties today, Sarah, but this festival is about far more than just this one webinar. It's about the relationships we're building, how we can share what we're learning, and how we can all work together as a global community. And so it's really great just to be able to have you all here this morning, here in UK time, to be able to share some of this and show that there's amazing innovation happening across the world. Is absolutely amazing. And so thank you very much, Sarah, and thank you, Samantha, and everyone else, David and the Seadrift team. This has been fascinating. Do you want to end up, Sarah?
Yeah, thank you so much, Sammy, David, Alistair, Carolyn. I really hope that we can meet face to face at some point when they let us. But for now, I'd love to catch up with you next week. I'll give you all a call. And thank you so much for today. It was really, really interesting. Appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, thank you so much, everybody. That's a wrap from us. Thank you, guys. Awesome.
Thanks, guys.